While criticizing the finding record by the learned lower court, it has been submitted on behalf of learned counsel for the appellant that status of witnesses have been properly acknowledged by the learned lower court, but the principles so decided in the relevant paragraph so cited by the learned lower court has been misinterpreted as in the facts and circumstances of the case none of the principle is applicable. That being so, the judgment of conviction and sentence recorded by the learned lower court is fit to be annulled. On the other hand, learned additional public prosecutor supported the finding recorded by the learned lower court and submitted that the learned lower court has appreciated the evidence in its right perspective, taking into account the relevant principles decided by this court as well as the Honorable Apex Court at an earlier occasion and which are found duly applicable in the facts and circumstances of the case. Now coming to status of the witnesses, it is evident that the trend which was at an initial stage during course of examination of PW2 gun sterile, and that happens to be reason behind that the witnesses melted down one by one, hushing the prosecution case. PW2, though during course of examination in chief had deposed on merit and on the first day of cross-examination stood firm, but after having his cross-examination adjourned to the subsequent date, mutilated the allegation. Though admittedly he was not at all an eyewitness as per prosecution version itself. PW3 is the victim who had supported the case of the prosecution to the extent of naming Satyendra Singh to be her rapist and further running away from the place of occurrence, leaving a pair of slippers at the spot, which was taken by the victim to her house, was produced before the police official, and for that production cum seizure list was prepared. However, she declined to identify the accused in dock, and on that very score she was declared hostile. During course of cross-examination by the learned additional public prosecutor, she had stated that name of father of Satyendra Singh happens to be Hira Singh.